Good morning, and here we are once again, thanks to Prema. When she started Mahabharat, it was all about karma, what you are to do, what you are supposed to do, and now she's taken over Ramayana, which is all about dharma. And we are talking about Lord Ram, who was called Maryada Purushottam, because he stood for what was right, was his dharma. He is one of the most revered gods in Hinduism and was born in what is called as the Treta Yuga. Let us understand some of his roles to understand him better as a person. When King Dashratha decided to crown Lord Rama, everybody in the kingdom was very happy. But the only person unhappy was Kaikeyi, who under the influence of her wicked maid Manthara was worried about her son, Lord Bharata, and she made Dashratha promise her two things. First, to banish Lord Ram for 14 years on exile, and second, she wanted him to crown Lord Bharata as the king of Ayodhya. Dashratha was devastated and he was very, very upset. But what can we say? In Hindi they say, Raghukul Reet Sada Chali Aaye, Pran Jaye Par Vachan Na Jaye, which meant that he could let go of his life, but he could not go back on his promise. When I was under this dilemma, Lord Rama stepped in as his beloved son, and without saying anything, he just went ahead and said, I will go for exile. This way, he solved the crisis and willingly accepted the terms of exile and giving up his stake on the kingdom. Dashratha couldn't bear the grief of his son, and the moment he left, Dashratha died. Rama, even after his father's demise, decided not to return to Ayodhya and complete his exile term, and therefore fulfill the promise that his father had given to his wife and the promise he had given to his father. Rama therefore symbolizes the ideal devoted son who sacrificed anything for his parents. That was the role of Rama as an ideal son. How was Lord Rama as a brother? As a brother to Lakshmana, Bharata and Shatrughan, he was the elder brother who acted very responsibly, and being the elder brother, gave his brothers a lot of love and care. He treated Lakshman as his equal because he was an elder. He was devastated when Lakshman was seriously injured in the battle. He asked Hanuman to make all efforts to make sure that Lakshman's life was saved. The camaraderie that he shared with Lakshman throughout Ramayana is one that remains the strongest pillar of any of his brothers' achievements or successes. Even when Bharat became the king, he wasn't slightly distressed about it. This is the reason all his brothers respected him and looked up to him as an awe-inspiring figure. What a brother he was! He was a role model for all brothers. Lord Rama as a loving husband. Lord Rama passed the test of Shiva and broke the bow with ease to win over Sita. She was beautiful and he respected her very much as he loved her. He respected her choice to join him in the forest and gave her equal authority and decision-making powers. Though at the same time he was trying to dissuade Sita from joining him, he did not want Sita to lead a life of misery and difficulties and uncertainties. When Sita insisted that she would accompany him to the forest, he gave up to her wishes and thus proved that he did not dominate his wife and respected her for decisions in all the phases. During their stay in the forest, Rama took great care of his wife and gave her all the attention that she deserved and made all efforts to fulfill her wish. He even went in search of the golden deer, remember? And then when Sita wanted to, even though he knew it was a trap laid by Ravan, his fellow demon in action. So if people feel pity for Sita because she was sad in Vanvas without her husband, please remember, even Rama felt the same without his wife. He did not enjoy the royal luxuries of his kingdom. They say when Sita was abducted by Ravan, Rama slept on a pile of dry grass. In the morning, the grass would be wet with the tears that Rama had shed. Now, that is the way he was. Even when the Ashwamedha Yajna happened, once he came back to Ayodhya, the Pandits had asked him to marry again because it could not be done without a Yajman, that is his wife. But Lord Rama refused and he got a golden statue of Sita made so that he would not be able to marry again. Therefore, we can say he was not a bad husband. Here I rest my words because I want to talk about, was he an ideal husband? If I ask this question, we are seeing Ram as a human being, not as the God, and not with that blind faith that we have in God. Ramayana is a story of ideal relationship. He is an ideal son, an ideal brother, an ideal king. But is he an ideal husband? No. He failed miserably as an ideal husband. In those days, a woman had only one role to aspire, that to be an ideal wife, and then an ideal mother. But that was a very secondary role. The primary role was to be an ideal wife. Sita wanted to be an ideal wife, and she was an ideal wife. Nothing else was expected of her. And she proved that when she accompanied Rama into the forest. But for a man, there were multiple roles. Rama first had to prove himself as an ideal king. His first priority was everybody's life, and he had to follow his dharma, or the righteous path. And we all know that Rama, as the Maryada Purushottam, was the best man in the world. There are 2 or 3 episodes that mar this reputation of Lord Rama, of which 2 related to his treatment of Sita as a wife, and the other one was killing of King Bhashundi, who was supposed to be a low caste and who was prohibited from reading the Vedas. The first episode, when Sita was abducted by Rama, she spread the entire period of exile in the open, surrounded by not one but many female guards. Everyone knows and firmly believes that Ravan did not even touch Sita. But still she was made to walk on fire. Why? The second episode, which raises a question mark on Ram's character and proves him to be a bad example of a husband, is that when he asked her to go into exile, knowing fully that she was pregnant and she was expecting babies. The Agni Pariksha which he ordered Sita to undergo before he could accept her back prove her to be pure and chaste. And then banishing her away when she had proved herself on fire was one more episode, which is not to be forgotten. But they say he had to follow Raj Dharma. This clashed with his Pati Dharma. And that is where he became in Dharma Sankat. Here Rama made a decision. He wanted to follow his Raj Dharma. This was what was wrong, which was later highlighted in the narration of Ramayana during the Ashwamedha Yagya, when his horses were captured by Lav Kush, two young babies who were able to capture the king, his warriors as prisoners. And they were able to do that because Dharam was on their side and not on side of Ram. And this is why they find that Ram did what he did was wrong, because it was injustice towards Sita. Many of you should think that what was done by Ram to solve the problem by keeping both the dharmas in place was not wrong. Even this question is answered in Ramayana in continued narration. A Raja is like a father to the whole kingdom, and the children are the citizens. If the children make some mistakes, it is the father's responsibility to tell them why they are wrong and why they are wrong, rather than listening to whatever they say, even if it is unjust. That is where Ram faltered. He did not call out the person who unjustly spoke wrong about Sita. Whereas Lav Kush, after defeating Lord Ram, came to Ayodhya singing Ramayana written by their guru Valmiki, in which they emphasized the story of Sita and the injustice meted out to her by the citizens. By this, they made the citizens realize what they had done was very wrong. And so they were the right choices to be the king rather than Lord Ram. I see one thing very clearly, that he failed to protect and support his wife when she needed him the most. And he abandoned her when she was pregnant and did not bother to check about what happened to her, which says a lot about his attitude towards his beloved wife, and Ramayana doesn't give any proper explanation about this behavior. In the end, I would just like to add that in Ramayana, all characters talk about sacrifice and they are not victims. Here, if you were to see, Ram sacrificed his kingdom for his father. Dashrath sacrificed his son for his promise. Lakshman sacrificed a royal life for his brother. Sita sacrificed her royal life to go with her husband. Lav Kush sacrificed the royal palace to be with their mother. So it is all about sacrifice, and even others will see all the sacrifices which all the characters met with. Thank you. Vanakkam.